So let's talk about this. How on earth can Spotify change your life when you've got less than 50 followers? Fun fact, I did check, and the most amount of followers on Spotify is actually not Taylor, it's actually Arijit Singh, an Indian crossover artist. And he sounds really, really good. So just check him out 124.9 million followers there. Now, how many of us have got less than 50 followers? Couldn't find out that data. I do know, though, that over 80% of artists will never have more than 50 listeners per month. But yes, I can say this. Spotify has literally changed my life. I've only just gone over 50 followers recently. But I can talk about the three things that kind of get us there and the one really ugly elephant in the room that we need to talk about with Spotify as well. That's what we're here for today. G'day and welcome to Indie Over 50, dedicated to those of us over 50 releasing new original music. My name is John Huggard. And remember, if you've got your own original new music and you've got links on Spotify or YouTube, just share them with me. We're building a playlist of Indie Over 50. So here we are. Here are the three things that have changed my life about Spotify. Number one, it is global. Number two, it is powerful. And three, it is an amazing discovery tool. So let's talk about global. When I first put my record out in the 1980s, it went local. And it didn't go far local. It certainly didn't go global, and of course, viral wasn't even an option back then. We got some plays on radio, we got some press, but it certainly never charted. But that is the power of Spotify. 100,000 new titles released every day, but they're from everywhere around the world. That's amazing. And of course, there's every type of genre, and of course, favorite stars of our past, but also emerging artists globally. That is just a fantastic platform. Number two, Spotify is powerful. It represents about a third of the streaming market. That's twice as large as its nearest followers, which is Apple Music and Tencent, the streaming platform based in China. And that power extends to what is made available to the artist, the real-time or day after statistics about everything you'd possibly want to know. You can actually check on your phone and see how many people are listening to your song right now, anywhere around the world. We can also see who listened from United States, United Kingdom, or Uzbekistan. You can see how many people have saved your song, have followed you as an artist, or have put your song onto their own playlist. The data is rich and it's powerful. But of course, the really good news about Spotify is you can be discovered on Spotify. Yeah, it's kind of, obviously someone can find you if they search specifically for your song or your artist name. But more powerful than that is the algorithm. Now, the algorithm is kind of always complicated and challenging, but basically it's trying to do this. It's trying to make it easy and nice for the listener. If they've been listening to some Ed Sheeran, it might offer up the next song when they're finished listening to that album or the song that they've selected. It might offer up some Taylor Swift. And it will work out over time. That's a really good move because that type of listener who likes those type of artists will really appreciate Taylor Swift. How does it know? It's got the recognition signals. It's got the signal that someone liked that song. It's got the recognition someone saved it to their playlist. It's got the recognition someone then followed the artist. Of course, the other main feedback is skipping. You listen to the first 5 or 10 seconds of the song, you don't like it, skip over to the next song. You've just told Spotify some very, very powerful feedback. It says, I don't really like that song. I don't like that artist. I don't like that genre. That is helping the algorithm learn and understand what best to offer up. Now that's great for you as an independent artist because over time it can identify, well, maybe this song could be offered up to this type of listener and you can be discovered. That's the power of Spotify. And of course, discovery goes two ways. You can find artists there that come up in your feed. You can discover them through finding out that you're on the shared or same playlists. You can find they like the same artists. You can find out that you're one of the artists that they like to follow. And that can lead to a whole range of opportunities, meeting in real life, collaborating globally with other people like I have. So that's the power of Spotify. It changes your life with discovery. Okay, but look, there is an elephant in the room when we're talking about Spotify. they don't pay much. Okay, what are the stats at the moment? They've earned $50 billion a year, right? So they've got lots of income, but how does that trickle down to the artists? It's about 0.3 to 0.5 US cents per stream. So even 1 million streams, which you think, wow, that is awesome. My song's out there being listened to all over the place. That's a revenue of about $4,000 US. You know, I'm really excited and proud about the fact that I've generated almost 40,000 streams. That's only $200 of revenue. Now, of course, the counter argument to that is, having said that, they've made music available everywhere. And quite frankly, that income is better than the black, horrible period where we faced with services like Napster and LimeWire, and we were staring down, musicians were staring down having zero income from their creative content. And of course, now Spotify won't pay you anything at all if you don't generate more than 1,000 streams per annum from your song. So that's putting a lot of pressure on independent artists with a small amount of followers. They're not going to generate any income at all. But let me tell you, there is one person that Spotify is doing particularly well. His name is Daniel Elk. He's the CEO. He owns almost 10% of the company. And this year, he said, today, with the cost of creating content being close to zero, people can share an incredible amount of content. Now, technically, he is right. Like this iPhone here that I'm using to record this video is as powerful as any recording studio I dealt with in the 80s. Amazing. But of course, he was wrong, and tone deaf about artists and the time, the dedication, the cost, the investment, the discipline, the dedication required to generating and creating and sharing their content with the world. So the bottom line is, Spotify has changed my life. I have released songs that have been heard in United States, United Kingdom, Uzbekistan, all these amazing countries around the world. I've had the joy of seeing, when you look on the phone, you can see 12 people are listening to your song right now. That's pretty cool. It's pretty intoxicating dopamine. I have been added to over 2,000 playlists and saved or favorited over 400 times just in the last 12 months. But most importantly, I've discovered new artists, new friends, new community that we can connect with and build our own interest in releasing original new music. Remember, join me, Indie Over 50. If you're releasing new original music, reach out, share me your Spotify or your YouTube links. Let's build and create in this community. Let's be Indie Over 50 together.